Welcome to the court. This is Acker at basketball.
Moving on to North Alabama, who started off another team that we have had again upper echelon, starting off record-wise 2-3. So maybe not what we were expecting. You just mentioned they lost last week to East Tennessee State.
Yes.
78.
Do you know their nickname?
No.
The Buccaneers.
Buccaneers.
Yeah.
No, I didn't know that.
Yep.
So anyways, they lost 78-74. Cornelius Williams, another just ridiculous game. 28, 16, 3, 3, 2, partridge in a pear tree, everything else. And then they lost on the 17th of November to Clemson, 81-61.
Had a better second half than first half.
Also had a better second half than the first half, correct.
Yep, and they outscored them 39-36 in that second half without Cornelius Williams.
Yeah.
Might I add, he did end up going down. It looked like his left or his right leg, got clipped by I think it was Kanan Jefferson that did
somebody, yes.
Unfortunately, which no, obviously that just happens out there. No blame on Kanan at all. That's just the way basketball works.
Oh yeah, it was.
Sometimes that just happens. But tell me a little bit about why ETSU was able to come back and win this game here.
What I did, and I've seen this with North Alabama a few times where they get one-dimensional, I think, on offense, and it's a little easy to predict. They don't pass the ball as a unit. They don't move off ball much. They kind of just stand and watch. They're so dynamic offensively. Every player, again, a lot of players on the court can score for themselves. But you get bogged down if you're doing that too much. So that's what I saw, and I think that's what East Tennessee the Buccaneers took advantage of.
Yes.
And were able to turn that game their way.
Yeah. And there also is currently, I do want to say as well, there is no update on Cornelius Williams.
Oh, right. Yeah.
At all. So there's no news on him yet so far. We were able to communicate with the North Alabama staff. We don't know currently what's going on with Neal at this time. So we don't know necessarily where that offense stands for the future here.
Right.
What'd you see when he was out?
Yeah, exactly.
Clemson compared to when he was in?
As great as he is, he's a fantastic player and huge importance. But
my number one player in the league.
Yeah,
or in the conference.
And I'm close there as well. What I saw was kind of the team didn't go, "Oh crap, he's out. What are we gonna do?" Instead they went, everybody picked it up. Everybody picked it up. Kedar Bodie had 4 steals. The team had 15 points off of turnovers, and mostly in the second half. They did give up some offensive rebounds towards the end, and in the second half, which you could expect with Cornelius not being out there just to dominate the paint like he can do. But then on the offensive end, they spread out the floor a lot. There wasn't that clog. I don't want to call it a clog because it's not, but sometimes you can get bogged down into that one-dimensional stuff I was talking about earlier. But without having Williams out there, they just spread the floor, attacked, and a lot more one-on-one successful. They were up. They shot a lot more from 3 as well.
Right. Well, Djokovic as well. We were talking about spreading the ball. He was the kind of the spotlight for this game. 12 points, 2 boards, 2 assists, 2 steals. A lot of 2s going on there. I think now he's in 5 games straight or something like that where he's scored 10 or more as well. Because he's an offensive firepower weapon.
Right.
He's really a catalyst for them on that side. But with him being the player of the game, or at least the spotlight player for us,
right?
With only 12 points, like usually you see, as we see in the other game, 28 from Corny. Like that's
exactly.
The spread is definitely there, so it'll be interesting to see when he comes back if that play continues to develop, or if maybe they figured something out against Clemson here.
Right.
My only thing, again, I talked about this with a supporter in our community, so go check out our community. We also post here on YouTube as well. You can come chat with us there. And I was chatting with the supporter about it. It's possible it was just a bad scalp by Clemson on everyone that wasn't Cornelius Williams because he is so dominant.
Right.
That's what I'm looking for coming up here as they face off against Chattanooga and UT Southern, an NAIA team in the upcoming week here. What do you got for it?
I've got 2 wins.
2 wins?
Yeah.
Why?
I just so the Chattanooga game. I think we haven't found North Alabama's gear yet. And again, I'll base it on that last game, recency bias here. Without Cornelius, I think their light bulb goes off. Okay, we can play without him. how much better can we play now with him, but more in an incorporated style.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that's going to carry over. We don't know if he's in or not, but I just think they're going to, and I don't.
Regardless of if he is or not, the light bulb went off in the second half against Clemson. There, a good ACC team.
Great. Exactly.
So actually, I can't remember.
Kind of like what we saw.
Seventh projected out of all 18 teams in the conference this year in the preseason. So. Yeah, I tend
got
to
a few
agree
games
with that
in.
sentiment.
They've had a bit of downtime to kind of to gather themselves and work through film. I think they're taking off. We saw that with Queens for the Thursday night game here against Greensboro. They really clicked on offense. I'm kind of expecting something similar for the Lions.
That's fair. And that's a good comparison because Queens was another team that was kind of figuring out their identity, figuring out where their offense comes from.
Right.
We'll get into more of that later. And then you got them beating UT Southern just by.
Yes. I didn't really even research it. I just figured based on the.
No, I did the same. It's an NAIA team so far that hasn't been defeated. Although out of all teams, UNA was the team that came closest to losing to a non-Division I opponent. And then against Chattanooga Mocs, the Mocs just lost 91-73 to the FGCU. Right. I believe UNA, as we talked about, is kind of in that same echelon as teams, although FGCU is playing like a top-tier team in the A-Sun right now. I would argue UNA maybe isn't after having a pretty hot start last week, getting an overtime victory and everything like that.
Right.
And having a good opening week, I thought, as well, even though despite that near loss to a non-Division I opponent. The Mocs also gave up 12 offensive rebounds to FGCU, which I know FGCU's got 18.4 per game, but that's the exact amount of offensive rebounds that UNA gets a game. It's 12 offensive rebounds a game.
They can board.
If that ended up being the deciding factor against the Mocs here for FGCU, I see it being the same for North Florida.
It's comparable. That makes sense.
Yeah, I got a 2-0 week for North Alabama here.